Steel because this fence is made of steel. You know what we haven't built on the channel yet? Steel fence. Are you ready to install this?
I'm so ready to install this.
Oh dude, yeah. These are important. Honestly, everything that we could possibly need to be able to install this system. The only thing that they didn't send with this system, the machine to dig the holes. Man, these guys have instructions all the way from start to finish. I'll get the paint out and we'll start right now. One of the things with this fence system, you want to make sure and pre-plan and know where everything's going to go. Have a plan before you start, and then when you start, keep that same plan. Or you want to go grab a shovel right off the back of the toolcat? That good old teenage hustle, it's strong. Do you think you could have it dug by the time he gets back?
I don't know, we're about to find out.
Oh, thank you. Are you out of breath?
No.
Okay. That's a chunk of concrete. Okay, we're gonna just go ahead and plan for breaking that off. It's not gonna be fun, but I think that we put that post right there. Here's our dimension right here, right? So 115 3/4 from center to center. All right, so now that we got all of our post spacings out, Cade's gonna go ahead and roll up the string. And if you guys are looking for a string to install this kind of fence or any other fence, make sure and see the link below for the best string that you could ever get. That string is really nice because it's limited stretch. So as soon as you get to your end point, it doesn't take much. You don't have to pull for a really long time. You're literally rolling out your string. You're probably pulling about a couple feet and it's already tight. You're off to the races marking out your post holes. All right, it's 43 inches. Let's see where that is on your auger. Right to the pin. So, right there, boomy. Something else that needs to be noted in the manual from Buckley is they talk about hole depth. They're asking for 43 inches deep. That's what all of our commercial grade chain link goes to, is 42 inches. It's nothing for us to hit that. Along with that, another key factor is you want to make sure and pull all the loose dirt out of the hole. I can't stress that enough. All of that loose dirt has to come out. You have to get down to the bottom of the auger. You need to pull all that loose dirt out. Pull all that dirt out. Digging a hole, it's the best. All right, so we got all of our holes dug, but we still have one more yet to go. Oh man, look at you, you're on top of it now.
Yeah.
Right here what we have is we did our end post. That gate post is even deeper. See, that's earth, that's the gate post, and it goes like way down there. So what Cade's doing right now is he's digging a hole next to a hole, which is, well, it's kind of hard. The reason that we switched to the big machine for this one particularly is because that gate post is 52 inches in the ground. We got to go an extra 10 inches. So what you can see is this is a line post because we're going through this hole into this hole. So we got all of our posts distributed. We got them stuck in the holes. As per stated in the manual, we are leaving all the plastic on for now, and the reason we're doing that is just so we don't get all these all nice and dirty. But they have these little concrete grab tabs, and they want you to fold it out just so that way it adheres to the concrete. Just as a spectator and an installer myself, I can't really say that that's going to do much. I could see why they think it might be needed. I don't know, but concrete sticks to a lot of things. You'd be really surprised. This is going to be the post that is tied in with our hinge post. So we got a little bit of work to do to this one. And we're going to do that right on top of that pallet of concrete. They want 2 2x4s for a 3-inch gap. This one gets covered up and we're going to go right on top of that one. And I think we actually have this upside down because I think this guy has to be another grab tab. Okay, 2S about a 1/2 inch, yep. And that should be our 3 inches, correct. So now what they want us to do is they want us to take stretch wrap. Okay, it's still gonna be pretty fragile, so we gotta be careful with that. I think there's one more thing we gotta do. I was like looking in this bag, I was like, am I supposed to use that nut and bolt for my concrete grab tab and the gate post? And there's this little message in the bag that says, yes, you're supposed to do exactly that. So their instructions are really on point. All right, I know we're gonna wet set this one because we're gonna hang a gate on it. But I think that one, and that one, let's dry pack those. We're just gonna make sure that we got our depth achieved. So 43 in the ground, about 57 out of the ground. So in the manual, they tell you if you get down to about 41 inches, you can drive the post in the ground about 2 inches. And that'll work in some places, but here, since we have a lot of solid rock down here in that rock layer, we're not gonna get that. We're gonna beat the snot out of this post. We're gonna collapse it in on itself. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is we're trying to either be right at depth, a little bit past, and then as soon as the concrete forms that cavity, we'll lift it back up just a little bit, float it up. Like we do when we wet set a post or stab a post. All right, hold that bad boy. Right at 57, we're good. We tried to minimize the gap here, and there was some overhang on the concrete, so we actually broke that off. I would like to take all that concrete off, but this fence is under pressure, this fence is under pressure, and if we slice that whole thing off, that post could very easily well come out of that concrete base, and then we're gonna have a little bit of a problem. Okay, so what you're gonna wanna do here, Connor, is I'm gonna gently drop this bag in there, and what's gonna happen is it's gonna try to kick the bottom of that post around. So you gotta try to keep pressure on this to not let that move. And it's gonna be more critical in the line posts. Having this outer layer on this post still helps from keeping the Portland dust, so we're just trying to protect it. As soon as all this process is done, we're gonna remove the plastic, and we should hopefully have to do no cleaning. So now that we're done and we got this one set, we're gonna go ahead and start capping off with our dirt cap. We're gonna set to a string, so that way it's just a little bit easier on us. We don't have to backside all that stuff. Plus we're not stabbing, so that makes it a little bit more complicated as well. Okay, you did 4, 6. We got 8 bags of concrete. 80 pounds in there. I know that the instruction manual said 2 bags. So far, we're way over per post. On all fairness, this is a large hole. The one over there was a large hole by us because we were trying to get as close as we could. As soon as we try an actual 12-inch diameter hole, I bet we're gonna start running back into their specs of 2 bags per hole. All right, so we got all the posts set last night. It took a little bit longer than we wanted to. Yes, we did a dry pack method all the way through. You could do a wet set, you could do a dry pack. For us, it was just easier just to do a dry pack, and they're solid. Both methods work. So we're gonna go ahead and start installing rails, and after that, we'll install the gate and we'll be done. These first few sections right here, we're gonna have to cut these, but the rest of them are gonna be full length. I wouldn't go drilling all your holes at once. I would drill a few holes, install, drill a few more holes, install. And when I say a few holes, I don't know, 20. Because if you start getting off, you're gonna have to start shaving all those holes, and that's gonna take more time, more labor. Everything comes at a cost. Okay, so here's our predicament, right? So we set these sections narrower, and we gotta cut these rails. So if we take an actual rail, 114 1/4, we take 110 5/8 minus 114 1/4, that gives us 3 5/8. That's what we need for insertion. Okay, perfect. We need to add 3 5/8 to this measurement. 84 1/2, so we need 88 1/8. We're just gonna mark right on that plastic right where that has to go. We're gonna cut one, insert it, see how it goes, cut the other 2. And we're gonna use a porta band for this. Oh yeah, hey, there's one more thing we gotta do. Whoo, you could cook an egg on this thing.
Oh yeah, they're toasty.
Whoo! We gotta pull this thing out of here. Well, what is that thing? It's a thingy. So this is what holds the rails in place and keeps them locked in. And we'll talk about that here in a second. So what I was kind of hearing, about 45 degrees, you go in, you gotta go in the first post, into that post. Was that magical or was that magical?
So magical.
Okay, do you want to try one?
Dude, I would love to.
Okay, now? Okay. Let's just double check our measurement and push it all the way against that rail lock. Oh, we're good, dude. We are golden. And that was 88 1/8. The only thing that I saw with this is this bandsaw is like right at just 5 inches. So you got to kind of work it back and forth. It is a little bit tight. Why don't you have a whack at this and I'll hold the rail up for you. Going in at 45 and then right back in. Okay, now I heard a trick. It doesn't seem like it's sticking to the rubber grommet at all, but talking to somebody that's installed quite a bit of this, they were saying you take it, you dip it in water, and then you slide it in and then back in. So the water acts as a lubricant, but then it just dries right off. Buckley has this already figured out. So as far as building the fence, and if you want to do a curve, they've already got some tolerances built into that. They have 23 degrees calculated total of what you can do on a bend and what you can do going up or down. Ours are going in pretty easy because they're just nice and flat. They're straight. So it's not causing us a lot of havoc. But if they're getting tighter, that's when you start dipping it into the water to give it just a little bit of lubrication to slide into the rubber grommet. This is just a dry microfiber and it seems to be working pretty good. So as you build your sections and as you're done, what you really want to do is just clean it, walk away. The last thing that we have to do is just put on a cap, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Ha! Whew. Yeah, you could cook eggs on these, I'm pretty sure. We're going to take our cap, so we're going to put our cloth over that. And that is a nice tight fitting cap. And before we put that cap on, we also got to put that rail lock in there too. So you can see that this one's already in here. The total height for this fence, at least to the post, is 57 inches. So to here is 54 inches. That's 54 inches of really good tolerance for containing your animals. I mean, we're talking, this is nice and extremely rigid. The end result as far as a product is extremely stout. It looks extremely sharp. They do have some other features that you can do, is you can attach wire to it and you can attach a hot wire to it as well. And you can get this in a 4-rail profile as well. Your 4-rail is still gonna be the same height and it's just gonna be, your rail spacings are gonna be closer together. It's built to last 50 years plus. Won't crack, won't fade. Super stout, super strong, zero maintenance. So if you like the look of a 4-board or 3-rail fence system, but you don't want to maintain it all the time, maybe you need to look at Buckley Fence. If you're not cutting these rails, the installation is just like lickety split. These guys just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sections in probably 10 minutes or less. And that's if you're setting your post properly to the manual. Now, as far as these rail locks, we're gonna pull this one out because if we leave this in, they can only get halfway inserted and then they can't get the rail in. And we're gonna show you why we're gonna pull this out. Go ahead and insert that rail. So our rail lock is in right now. Carson can't get full insertion, making it so Cade can't get his end inserted. And that's the problem. So if we pull this out, they're now able to use this whole entire post to shove the rail in, slide it back, and once they slide it back into this side of that rail lock. Once all 3 rails are in, we're gonna install this and it's gonna keep the rails from popping back out. It's super simple. Okay, now could you take that rail out for me?
No.
Is it locked in place?
Oh yeah.
This is a really nice product. It's super easy. I think getting the post set is just a little bit critical, but as far as the rest of it, super installer friendly. We got one last thing to do. Let's go hang that gate. So I think what we do is we loosen these ratchet straps, pull this guy off. Uh-oh, got it. We have a little spacer here. So if we needed to correct it, so we pull this screw out and then rotate this to auto level it. If you rotate it a certain way, you can get it back to a true state of level. So you do have some adjustment in these gates.
You go up a tiny bit, maybe.
So right here, if we wanted to raise this gate just a little bit, we'd spin this bottom donut right here, and it's gonna raise up the gate. So we're gonna pull this screw out, and in here they have a threaded nut. So we can rotate and gain if we go into this circle. That's gonna give us a little bit more up on our gate. Spinning that, it gained elevation and kicked this up just a little bit. We only went one circle and we're like just a little bit high. It's like right there. No hinges required either. No hinges at all. It's a pretty sweet system. A lot of thought went into this. We can go past 90 degrees on this one, like way past 90 degrees. And then as we go back into the other way, obviously we stop there, but we can go to the same in here. It's past 180 degrees of gate openness. Gate openness. This is our strike for our latch. So we're gonna go like that. And this is the Easy Latch by Buckley. We're gonna have a lineup just like this. We're gonna go ahead and figure out where we want it at. Okay, we followed all their measurements to a T. That's just awesome. That's perfect. If you open it from the outside, it opens the inside latch. And if you open from the inside, it opens the outside latch. That's how they say that you never have to get off your saddle. Perfect. And if you're looking for some Buckley fence yourself, make sure and reach out to us. See the link below. This is Dan with SWI. We are Wyoming's Fence and Gate Company. We hope you have a good dang day.